You know me. When I make a promise.
You keep it.
Alright everyone, for the first video here on Doc's Download, we are jumping into a personal favorite game of mine. This is going to be in the Halo 3 era. We are going to talk about a very emotional moment. There are several big emotional moments throughout this game, but this one is one of my favorites because it's between two of my favorite characters. We're going to look not at the mission as a whole, but we're going to look at the reunion of Master Chief and Cortana on High Charity. As we dive into this first video, there are a handful of things going on that I will be talking about. We have different characters like the Master Chief, we have Cortana, and we have the Gravemind. Those are the three big characters that we'll kind of talk about today. All right, everybody, let's talk about the Master Chief here. He is a human being. His name is John. He is Spartan 117. At the age of 6, he was kidnapped along with 75 other genetically gifted children. They were indoctrinated into the Spartan 2 program. At the age of 14, they were biochemically augmented to get greater strength, agility, speed, intellect, all of the above. He then is paired with his Mjolnir power armor. That is that super awesome green suit that he wears. It weighs about 1,000 pounds. It multiplies all of his capabilities, strength, speed, effectiveness, you name it. He's able to lift up to 5 tons in his armor, maybe even more under pressure. And he has something called Spartan time. He moves so fast that other things around him almost move in slow motion. He has reached speeds of 65 miles an hour sprinting and is the savior of humanity. All right, everyone, let's talk about Cortana. She is what is considered a smart AI, but not in the AI that you'd think, the artificial intelligence that we have nowadays that's silly and doesn't work really well sometimes and is based off predictive text. And Cortana's what you'd imagine AI would be like. She was created from a human brain. Her capabilities include a myriad of things. Intrusion is one of her best. She is very good at getting into enemy technology, stealing, and taking. There's a story called Human Weakness Story that she's a part of. And as she says this in the story, in the time it takes to pronounce your name, I can perform 5 billion simultaneous calculations. Just to give you some sort of context on how powerful Cortana really is. Also, when Cortana chooses Master Chief, she changes her neural interface to match within less than 1%, making them a perfect match. The next character here we have in our video is going to be the Gravemind. This master of the parasitic flood has been around for over 1,000,000 years. It consumes every sentient being that it touches. Thoughts, memories, secrets, feelings are kept indefinitely. So civilizations that the Gravemind has consumed in the past, he still retains all of their knowledge, how their technology worked, what they thought, what they hid deep in their minds. He has telepathic communications, near omniscient. He is near all-knowing, and he has a very voracious appetite for consuming the entire universe. Where all of this takes place is High Charity. High Charity is the mobile headquarters of the unending religious conglomerate of several different species, including the Sangeli, Jiralhane, Sanshayum, Letgolo, Kigyar, Ungoi, and just to name a few of them. And just to put this into perspective, it is a massive orbital ship that houses billions. It is not some single ship that houses a few thousand or even a few million, but this is a massive, massive scale headquarters that the Covenant operate from. So now that we kind of understand what High Charity is, I want to go into why Cortana's there, why the Master Chief is there, what is going on, why are they so far behind enemy lines, and there's plenty of good reason for it. The Master Chief was tasked with finding the activation index, but not by his, commanding officers, but by someone you wouldn't expect, the Gravemind, who is technically an enemy, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
There is still time to stop the key from turning. But first it must be found. You will search one likely spot, and you will search another. Fate had us meet as foes, but this ring will make us brothers.
The Master Chief is sent to High Charity. He is there to get the activation index, and he gets there just a little bit too late.
Your pal. Where's he going?
To finish what we started. And this time, none of you will be left behind.
That structure in the center of the city, it's a Forerunner ship. And Truth is heading straight for it. If he leads the Covenant fleet to Earth, they won't stand a chance. You have to stop him.
That brute has the index. And Miranda and Johnson. He can activate the ring.
If he does, I'll detonate in Emberclad's reactor just like we did the Autumns. The blast will destroy this city and the ring. Not a very original plan, but we know it'll work. No, I don't want to chance a remote detonation. I need to stay here.
So now that we see why Cortana needed to stay back on High Charity, and why Master Chief needed to get to that Forerunner Dreadnought immediately, you get this sense of, Master Chief is leaving one of the most critical assets that humanity has at its disposal. But he knows that the mission comes first, and then we get this scene.
Chief, when you get to Earth, good luck.
After I'm through with Truth.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Wow. We see a moment there between the Master Chief and Cortana where nothing like this has ever really happened before. They've had to separate for a day at a time, hours at a time, but when Master Chief leaves and by the time he comes back, a long time passes by. You can kind of see that Cortana isn't quite sure that John will be able to make it back. And maybe you get the inkling that Master Chief thinks the same, even though he's very stubborn in terms of wanting to win. You see Cortana give almost a silent goodbye as she sees the Forerunner Dreadnought fleeting, because she knows what's there and she knows what's coming. And the way that this war is going, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know if John will make it back. You don't know if Cortana does survive. You don't know if she defects and is unable to keep her own against the Gravemind. So at this point, that is towards the end of the game, Halo 2. The story obviously builds from Halo 1, 2 to 3, and the moment we're talking about is in Halo 3, which we are now getting to. So as we see Master Chief leaving in that Forerunner dreadnought, a few different things are going to happen now in the story. Obviously, Cortana is left behind on a flood-infested High Charity. Master Chief is on his way to Earth to chase one of the prophets. And Cortana now has to hold her own against the Gravemind. The Gravemind slips in and abducts her. And the entire time that she is on High Charity, she's being tortured, she's being interrogated. The Gravemind is trying to slip behind all of her processes and protocols to gather information on Earth because he knows there's something there.
Silence fills the empty grave now that I have gone. But my mind is not at rest, for questions linger on. I will ask, and you will answer.
All right. Shoot.
So you kind of see there, Gravemind slips in his poetic dialogue telling Cortana that he will ask and she will answer. And that is where that duel begins. Cortana now is in the fight of her life to not allow the Gravemind to slip in and find out what she knows, find out exactly what he needs. So now we see what Cortana's up against. Let's check back in with the Master Chief. He is hurtling through space on the Forerunner dreadnought. He knows that he can't just stay and land with the ship because he doesn't know where it's going, if it's going to crash, or what might happen when the ship actually lands, if it even lands. So he knows he's got to get off of this dreadnought. He actually blows one of the doors off and uses that, riding up against it, hurtling through the atmosphere a couple kilometers, and then crash lands. But we get an incredible dialogue moment with Cortana, whether it is a memory, whether it is a last-second transmission, whether it is a hallucination from the Master Chief. We get this.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck. Was I wrong?
One of my favorite moments in the franchise, where you get to see and hear Cortana's viewpoint when she gets to choose whichever Spartan she wanted. She had to pick about 33 of them that made it through their augmentations and training, and she saw Master Chief and he was the one. I did touch on it a tiny bit in the video earlier where she reconstructs her neural interface encoding to match almost perfectly with Master Chief within, a percentile. And we see that Chief has something else no one else does. Is he strong? Yes. Brave? Yes. Courageous? Yes. Intelligent? Yes. But so is every other Spartan. He has something that none of the other Spartans have, and that is luck. We see him crash land, and he's found by some friends, and a special friend of his, Sergeant Johnson, who asks him a pretty interesting question almost immediately into finding Master Chief.
Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana?
Don't make a girl a promise.
If you know you can't keep it.
She stayed behind.
We see there Master Chief kind of somber about it. He's not stoked. He knows that that was the mission. That's exactly what she needed to do. Bang. Puts the empty chip back in his head. But I also think it's kind of interesting that that's one of the first things that Sergeant Johnson asks him is, where is she? Just to show you how important she really is and how much impact she actually has for the UNSC. So now we see that Master Chief has been recovered by his allies. I want to point out something in that last clip. You see, as Master Chief is asked, where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana? He grabs the chip and looks at it and has some sort of hallucination, some sort of visual imagery that you get to see, and then you hear Cortana repeat what she said to Master Chief as he was leaving. That happens several times throughout the game. And we're going to kind of touch on a few of them. There's not too much in between the game here and there where Cortana is extremely relevant because she is on High Charity and Earth gets attacked. All these different things are going on, so there's quite a few different storylines happening. But I would love to touch on the actual hallucinations that Master Chief has. Whether these are from Cortana, whether these are from Master Chief having a hard time coping and understanding what's going on, losing Cortana, or maybe it's the Gravemind sending him these visions while he's torturing Cortana. And so I kind of want to talk about a few of them because there's a few things that she says during them that are very interesting.
Could you sacrifice me to complete your mission? Could you watch me die? You have been called upon to serve. You will be the protectors of Earth and all her colonies. There will be a great deal of hardship on the road ahead. You will become the best we can make you.
That first hallucination you see when she says the words, could you sacrifice me to complete your mission? Could you watch me die? This is actually something that Dr. Halsey, Cortana's creator, tests Cortana with as she is selecting the Master Chief as her companion. Dr. Halsey asks the question, could you sacrifice him if you had to, if it meant completing the mission? Could you watch him die? So it's very interesting that this now gets flipped to Cortana asking Master Chief if he could watch her die, if he could sacrifice her. It's a play on her rampancy. She is going through something called rampancy, and it is normal in human AIs. With Cortana going into rampancy, there are a few stages of this rampancy based on the AI's mental collapse, which is pretty much what is happening. They go through sadness, anger, and greed. And pretty much what ends up happening is they run out of neural network space. Processing space really is what it is. Pretty much causing them to collapse. It leads to them being a little bit erratic, sometimes dangerous, and even developing delusions of godlike power and some sort of contempt, maybe even hatred towards their creators. So Cortana is experiencing this to an even further effect because of the Gravemind and what is happening, her being tortured, the Gravemind trying to get into her neural networks and find out what she's hiding. These next few hallucinations that you saw after the one we just spoke about are also very cool and very interesting. These are things that, again, Dr. Halsey, the creator of the Spartan 2 program, Master Chief is a Spartan 2. These are things that Dr. Halsey said to these recruits at 6 years of age when they were first kidnapped and brought to Reach, the planet Reach. Dr. Halsey stands in front of them and gives a monologue, and talks about that you've been called to serve. You will be the protectors of Earth and all her colonies. There will be a great deal of hardship on the road ahead. You will become the best we can make you. This is really cool to me because this is something that John, the Master Chief, heard when he was 6 years old. He is much older than 6 years of age at this point now. And again, playing on Cortana's rampancy and these hallucinations, whether they're fueling the Master Chief, making him doubt, making him wonder what is going on. Just another one of those incredibly cool moments that they're able to tie in from so long ago. We see here that the Master Chief is having to deal with these hallucinations, these telepathic messages, this inner dialogue of him maybe not being able to handle losing Cortana. But he's also fighting a war on multiple fronts. He is on Earth that is being attacked by the Covenant. Truth specifically shows up to Earth to find something there. And while they're dealing with Truth and the Covenant, something, probably the worst case scenario happens.
Sir, new contact slipping in.
What is it? More brutes?
Worse.
Like I said, worst case scenario happens after the UNSC start assaulting that massive unearthed structure with that Forerunner dreadnought, which is how Master Chief gets back to Earth. That's where it ends up landing. We see something enter the atmosphere, and we see a Covenant ship that has been infected by the flood, and it crashes straight into Earth. The Master Chief and the Arbiter know that they must thwart this new flood infestation, but also save as many people as they can. But there's something very interesting about this flood ship and where it came from and what or who might be on there.
Chief, the elites are looking for something. We didn't believe them when they told us.
Cortana, Chief. She's on that ship. Find her. Get her up.
So once we find out that Cortana is on this ship, obviously with the help of the elites, we charge in and decimate as much of the flood as we can, and Master Chief goes into this crashed ship and is searching for Cortana. And for the very first time, we get another message, but it isn't from Cortana.
Do not be afraid. I am peace. I am salvation. I am a timeless chorus. Join your voice with mine and sing victory everlasting.
The Great Mynheer delivers two messages for us. The first one, do not be afraid, I am peace, I am salvation. Then his second message, I am a timeless chorus. Join your voice with mine and sing victory everlasting. The Gravemind is trying to get Master Chief to give up, join his voice, become and sing victory everlasting, because the Gravemind's entire goal is to consume the entire universe. All thoughts, memories, feelings are his. Everything sentient is his to control, and that's where his peace and salvation come from. Master Chief isn't having any of that. And he takes a few steps forward and finds something. Or someone.
Chief.
Cortana?
High Charity, the Prophet's holy city is on...
Cortana!
Reclaimer. I must act quickly before your construct suffers any further trauma.
Leave her alone.
If we do not take this device to a safe location, somewhere I can make repairs.
On Halo, you tried to kill Cortana. You tried to kill me.
Protocol dictated my response. She had the activation index, and you were going to destroy my installation. You did destroy my installation. Now I have only one function, to help you, Reclaimer, as I always should have done.
Will it live, Oracle? Can it be saved?
Uncertain. This storage device has suffered considerable trauma. Its matrices are highly unstable.
Perhaps one of our technicians.
That will not be necessary.
Chief.
Success!
High Charity, the Prophet's holy city is on its way to Earth, with an army of Flood. I can't tell you everything. It's not safe. The Gravemind, it knows I'm in the system.
It's just a message.
Let it play.
But it doesn't know about the portal, where it leads. On the other side, there's a solution, a way to stop the Flood, without firing the remaining Halo rings. Oh! Hurry, Chief. The Ark. There isn't much time.
So we found Cortana, but it ended up only being a message. A few questions that came to mind for me were, how the hell did Cortana get a message onto a flood-infected ship and get it to Earth and let them know that the Gravemind had infected High Charity, that the Covenant's holy city, home to billions, as we talked about earlier, are now on its way to Earth? I mean, an army of Flood, that is... I don't think that it gets much worse than that. But with Cortana getting this message on this ship is kind of fun and actually a very interesting story. I touched on this book a little bit earlier. It's called Halo Evolutions. There's a specific story called Human Weakness that is the literal battle between Cortana and Gravemind in High Charity. Cortana needed to send a hidden message to try and slip it past Gravemind and get it to Earth somehow, some way, to let them know what's going on. The Gravemind sees this happening, and instead of stopping it or besting Cortana in that sense, he allows it to happen, hoping that maybe he can do something sneaky and set a trap for the humans if they come to get Cortana. The reason the elites were able to figure out that Cortana, or a message from her, is on this ship, was obviously because of the broadcast itself, and possibly being from one of their ships, they were able to detect that there is something in there. And so that's how the elites find out that Cortana's in the ship, and that's kind of how we get here. So now that we know the plan, that we, the solution to the Flood is through the portal, although that isn't important to this video itself. We'll go into much more detail in another video about the Flood and what Cortana is talking about, the Ark and going through the portal. Master Chief knows that he's got to get to Cortana and find this solution and bring it back.
We stand our ground. We might just have a chance.
No. If your construct is wrong, then the Flood is already won.
I'll find Cortana's solution, and I'll bring it back.
Earth is all we have left. You trust Cortana that much?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Well, this is either the best decision you've ever made or the worst. Hell of it is, Chief. I doubt I'll live long enough to find out which.
This has gotta be one of my favorite moments. Lord Hood, Admiral Hood is the gentleman in the white dress uniform. He flat out asks Master Chief, do you trust Cortana this much in her degraded state? And with zero hesitation, Master Chief, sir, yes sir. And at that moment, I'm ready to go back to High Charity and find Cortana. And now we're getting into something that has ingrained in me values that I will never forget. Master Chief has to make a small detour. He does make his way to the Ark. That is the gargantuan installation that builds the Halo rings. They're there to stop the Prophet of Truth from firing all of the Halo rings. Again, I'm not going to go too much into this. We will cover these topics, events, things in other videos. So we're going to kind of just stick to Master Chief and Cortana here. Right as they're about to have one of their ships destroy the structure that the Prophet of Truth is in, you see a massive portal open up above it, and High Charity, the massive city, barrels through this massive slip space portal and is trailing infection and trailing debris, and there's massive chunks of flood infected rock with the carrier spores that rain all over the Ark. High Charity crash lands, and oh my gosh, Cortana. She isn't across the galaxy anymore. She's very close. And Master Chief knows he's got to find her. Master Chief hops on a Banshee and makes his way to High Charity. Crashed, flood-infected High Charity. There's several hallucinations and messages from Cortana and the Gravemind as you're maneuvering through High Charity. I'm not going to go into them too much. They aren't extremely important to this specific video. Obviously very important to the story and what's going on pertaining to her rampancy and things like that, but we're going to kind of just shy away from those now. And Master Chief makes his way through High Charity. He stumbles upon a dais with a shield over it. And then we get one of the greatest cutscenes of all time. Not just in Halo, not just in video games, but to somebody like me, it is one of the most important moments, and I'll never forget seeing it all those years ago in 2007.
You found me. But so much of me is wrong. Out of place. You might be too late.
You know me. When I make a promise.
You keep it. I do know how to pick 'em.
Lucky me. Do you still have it?
The activation index from the first Halo ring. A little souvenir I hung on to, just in case. Got an escape plan?
Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
Just keep your head down. There's 2 of us in here now, remember?
So we see the reunion finally coming to fruition. Master Chief steps up to the dais, and there he finds Cortana. Definitely weakened, degraded, depressed, somber, frustrated, defeated. I mean, you can see her there. She says, "You found me, but so much of me is wrong, out of place. You might be too late." When she says those things, it makes me think a few different things happening here. Obviously, we've talked about some of the hallucinations where she goes a little crazy every now and again and kind of says some different things that she's heard in the past, but she changes the wording. And you can kind of see that it's almost as if she doesn't believe that John is there, that the Master Chief is there to save her. In my head, I like to believe that the Gravemind trying to break Cortana, who knows what happened. Obviously, we've talked about a few different things, but maybe he sent fake hallucinations of the Master Chief to her, where it's almost as if she kind of says in like a, "Oh, you might be too late," because it's another ploy, another tactic from the Gravemind. And then she hears John speak.
You know
You
me.
know me. When I make a
When
promise,
I make a promise,
You
keep it. And when she starts to say this, the chills are incredible. When she starts to say this, you see her perk up. You see her kind of realize John's here. She goes from that dark blue to that vibrant, bright, shining Cortana. And then she finishes with, "I do know how to pick 'em." And Chief hits her with, "Lucky me. Do you still have it?" She reaches out and shows Master Chief what is called the activation index. That is how you ignite a specific Halo ring. Each Halo ring has its own activation index. Not really important. This is what she's been hiding from the Gravemind, along with the portal and things like that, but again, that's not too relevant. Seeing Cortana perk up and understand and realize that Master Chief is here to save her, that he really did make that promise and keep it. Just incredible. Truly, I get emotional when I think about it. I have a hard time even speaking about it because it is something that I feel like I think about daily. That, no matter the cost, John knew that he could never let her go. And not in any kind of weird romantic way. Some people will be weirdos about it and say that there is some weird relationship there, and it is not. We'll go into another video about Master Chief and Cortana's time together, which is not very long, all things considered. But you see why they are so close and why they have such a deep respect and understanding and loyalty to each other, because they have traveled across the universe for each other together, fighting side by side. A really fun thing Cortana says that ties into the first Halo Combat Evolved. She says, "Just keep your head down. There's two of us in here now, remember?" The very first time as a player you get to work with Cortana, you hear her say this to you.
Keep your head down. There's two of us in here now, remember?
Obviously another really fun tie-in, so that's what makes this moment so special, is it's not just built out of one game. It wasn't just all these events happened inside of Halo 3, but this has been a journey for the two of them. This started all that time ago on the Pillar of Autumn, to Alpha Halo, Delta Halo, and now the Ark. High Charity. I mean, so many things have happened, and so much chaos, and so much hardship between the two of them. Alright folks, there we have it. Master Chief keeps his promise and returns to save Cortana against all odds, in turn saving the entire galaxy yet again. Universe for that matter. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. What was your favorite part? Anything that you want me to elaborate a little bit more on, or maybe a completely different topic altogether. I didn't go into extreme detail in this video in certain aspects. We will jump into those details in other videos. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video here on Docs Download, and see you guys next time.